will not be a part of this.
And welcome, friends, family, geeks alike. We are here for another episode of Gaming in the Multiverse.
Oh, yeah.
I am joined by a very special guest down here. We have Taco. Yes, Taco. Something to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is absolutely a pleasure. I know Don has been saying he's been wanting to get you on here, and I made sure we made it happen.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did, sir.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to finally be in a show where not everything's made up and the points do matter. It's a weird thing for me. As everybody knows, I love Don and I'll do anything he wants, and I tolerate freedom.
I was gonna say, don't put that out there in the ether, man.
Tolerate me, and that's fine. I'll take tolerable. I still get.
I tolerate you, so that's exactly the vibe.
You guys will do my fucking horrible shows, so I guess I have to come to yours.
Yeah, that's fine,
listen, that Geek Gauntlet, I'm telling you, I still want in on the next one. I don't care if I have to do some special secrets.
They're too much. They're too much work. Recently, I've just been like scratching my belly and burping lightsaber names, and it's like, Count Dooku's lightsaber. It's great. Like, that's all I've been up to.
Dooku's lightsaber.
Yeah, I bet. I rated it number 3 of my favorite lightsabers of all time. All right,
Dooku's and Mace's. Mace's
yeah,
right there.
I didn't have Mace's on my list. Did that get you mad?
A little bit, because I love his.
It's purple. It's cool.
No, the black and gold is really cool, man. I think the hook's really cool.
Yeah. Since you guys can't take care of it, I'll take care of it. Welcome. We are already talking about Star Wars, so let's transition into today's topic.
We don't do that here. We don't do that here.
We are doing a tier listing of video games that I promise we have played some of them.
That's
am I still here? There we go.
Yes, you are.
There we go.
These guys sent me a list, and they're like, we're doing every game, and it's like 8 games.
Hey, I said some. I can even prove that.
Dude, there's hundreds. Yeah. And I only threw one SNES in.
There's a lot more than this. There's a lot more than this.
There's hundreds. But I suggested some that I kind of was trying to think of every tier. So I knew I threw in one that belongs in the bottom. I knew I threw in at least one that belongs on the tippy top.
I'm realizing right now I just forgot one major one. Actually, we both forgot one major one, Taco. I think you've definitely played it.
Pod Rogue Racing? Squadron? Huh?
Well,
pod racing.
Pod racing.
Yeah, pod racing should be in here. Can you do that?
Yes, we can.
All right, take care of it. Get on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That definitely does have to be on the list, though, because that's a pretty big one from when I was.
Yeah, pod racing's pretty big. Don't we have some type of? We don't have a Rogue Squadron on here, huh?
We have squadrons. We have squadrons.
Oh, squadrons, but we don't.
Yeah, we don't have Rogue Squadron. No.
That's a little messed up. At least I got Shadows of the Empire on here for you guys. I also got all the Dark Forces on for these guys. I got the Immaculate Super Star Wars, and I think you had just KOTOR. I don't think you mentioned 2.
Oh, I was definitely going to get both of those for sure.
Yeah, because
those are just too big.
KOTOR 2 is very interesting.
To say the least.
Talk about, to say the least. And I love it. But
so you're a fan. Okay. See, I'm not a fan. I'm a fan.
Okay. But you know me. You give me you call somebody the Lord of Hunger, and I'm like, oh, all right, here we are. Like, you give me the Sith Triumvirate, and I'm just my
fair.
Star Wars lore nerd is freaking scratching my leg in the corner, if you know what I'm saying.
I gotcha.
Is this a kid show? Is this a family? It's a family show.
No. Oh, no.
No kids. You're fine.
Not even fucking close.
No.
I hosted a 3-year-old's birthday party today, my daughter's, and
I saw that. Yes,
I am drinking tonight.
I'm sure you are all PG'd out.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
said darn earlier. It felt really weird. Put that darn thing down, and my dad even looked at me like, "What are you up to?"
What does that mean?
Who are you? Are there any other games you would like me to get on?
I'm sure there will be, but let's get this road on the show and get moving.
Well, let's start off right over here. We got Star Wars Jedi Knights.
Okay, Jedi Knights. All right,
Jedi
so
Knight.
this is Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. So we are jumping right into.
We're jumping around. Yeah,
we're not starting with Dark Forces 1, which is fine. So Jedi Knight is, in my opinion, one of the best Star Wars games of all time. It introduced not only Kyle Katarn as a Jedi, but really dug into Luke Skywalker's like Jedi Praxium. We did get to see no, never mind, not this one yet. That's I'm thinking about Cass. This one we did get to see a lot of. We met Inquisitor Jarek, the 7 dark Jedi, such as Ma, the amazing flying torso, who's one of my favorite characters. I did a lore video about him. And yeah, introducing Kyle Katarn as a Jedi. We had these really weird video, like filmed like cutscenes, because it was like
I remember seeing them. Yes.
I
don't think quality wise it's not as good as the next one.
I was gonna say, from what I see over here, it looks like it was like almost Golden Eye-esque.
Yeah, it was 1997, right?
Yeah.
This is not a game that came out, like it looked good when it came out
a year after I was born.
So I missed. I have a small confession. I missed a lot of these games because I didn't have Xbox. I had PS2.
This was PC, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
It was all PC.
I
still missed this one. I still missed
it. A PC game. Microsoft.
Yeah, so it came out.
I'll admit too, I wasn't as big of a. I wasn't in
1997.
What is it?
1997.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this is what I gotta say about Jedi Knight, and then I'll shut up.
No, you're good.
What it did with kind of really digging into lore and introducing Kyle Katarn and Q Ron and the Inquisitors and all this cool stuff, way before Rebels. 20 years before Rebels did it. I do think that this is a very important game, but gameplay-wise, compared to what Outcast did the next one, I think it belongs in A or B.
Is this still canon, or is it? This is considered
no.
Right, this is considered Legends, right?
Literally everything we're doing here, besides
the newer games,
Fallen Order games, are.
I was just talking to my friend the other day, and how I wish they could figure out a way to incorporate Force Unleashed into it, but there's no possible way.
No way.
There's no possible way.
Well, Squadrons is in the
Squadrons
canon.
Yeah.
But that's also part of the newer games.
Sure. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, so the breakdown is anything that was before the Disney acquisition is Legends, except for TCW, The Clone Wars, not the Clone Wars micro series, but the Clone Wars animated. So besides that, the one that had the movie was attached to, but the entire series as well, all of that came in as canon, and then all the movies, and that's it. But everything made sense. So all the High Republic stuff, all the video games, except for Old Republic MMO, even though it's still getting updates, it's not. That's Legends. That's extending Legends further.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of the Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor are both canon. Yeah.
Can you choose, like, whether you because I'm reading the wiki stuff, and it was saying that if he had followed the dark, can you choose if he follows light or dark?
No, he's light.
Oh, okay.
It's Kyle freaking Katarn.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Like, what?
Yeah, so I don't know much about him. So what's a little bit of his story, man? I mean, give us a little bit.
So this game is his story. So dropped out of being a stormtrooper, and it's more or less. It's actually more about the villains. So they're hunting the Valley of the Jedi on, I want to say, Rusan. And they don't know where this Valley of the Jedi is, but it's where a bunch of Sith and a bunch of Jedi actually where Darth Bane, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Where Darth Bane put up the thought bomb. I'm just really digging right now. Put up the thought bomb and killed a bunch of Sith and Jedi at the same time. So the Valley of the Jedi is like a giant, extremely powerful Force Nexus. So Inquisitor Jarek is
that's where Bane did his thing.
Yeah, where Darth Bane did it. Yep.
Gotcha.
So they're looking for that, 1,000+ years later. Bane was about 1,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, maybe a little bit more, I think. And then, so Inquisitor Jarek, along with 7 fallen Jedi so they're just called his Dark Jedi, are looking for the Valley of the Jedi. Q-Ron is a Jedi survivor, a really awesome Jedi. He's hanging out with Yoda. Yoda is trying to like, hey, you need to find the Valley of the Jedi. That's your mission before Inquisitor Jarek does. So Inquisitor Jarek, or he tracks down a dude who might know who it is or something. It gets really complicated. Q-Ron does. And that guy is Morgan Katarn, Kyle Katarn's dad. And as Inquisitor Jarek then kills Morgan Katarn and then kills Q-Ron, and Kyle Katarn learns all of this, tries to get vengeance from his dad, but then starts to be taught by the Force Ghost of Q-Ron and starts to train as a Jedi, kills all 7 of the Dark Jedi, and then eventually beats Inquisitor Jarek.
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
well now I have to play this game.
It's like
the fun of it.
So
it's fun to watch. I will tell you right now, I have not played this game. I was not old enough in 1997. It's really hard to go back and play these graphics and these controls.
Oh, yeah.
They're not good. Like KOTOR, you can go back and do. Dark Forces 2, you probably could. It's gonna, or I mean, a Jedi Knight Outcast, you could, but it's gonna be hard to do this one. So that's another thing. Like, it doesn't quite hold up.
True.
But watching the cutscenes is super worth it, and watching a lot of the fights. And also, there's a guy who got cut in half named Ma, and he's just called the Amazing Flying Torso. He's great. He just is a flying torso.
I know that name. I do know that name for sure.
M-A-W. I did a lower video of it. It's one of my least watched vids.
That's awesome.
Okay. It says
all right. So where would you say this ranks then?
I'd say high B to low A. I love lore, and it was probably good for the time, but the fact it doesn't really hold up, and a lot of the weird cutscenes are really weird.
Especially for I feel like the low grade animations and the storyline. It sounds like was amazing.
Yeah,
so
storyline sounds cool.
Yeah, and also, since this is the first one, it's really hard to know where we're rating everything else. You guys didn't really whip out a criteria. You're not really
sure things will
when
move
it comes to tier listers.
Oh, for sure.
Things will move.
Everything.
Did you hear what I said? All right.
Yes. I heard.
You didn't even give me your criteria. I don't even know if you guys are professional.
We're not.
All right. Make it a little bigger so we can at least see what it is.
Yeah, you can make it bigger than that.
Jesus Christ, Frito.
I can barely read.
Fredo, more like it. There you go. Oh my God! Now you're betraying the family.
All right, come on. All right, what do you got next, sir?
Which one do you guys want to go over next? You want to go with?
No, go down the list, man.
We did an old one. Grab one.
Yeah.
You guys would probably know more about the more modern ones. I did not play with this.
So this game was amazing after about 4 or 5 updates.
Yes. Okay.
It's one of those.
Yes. Yeah. Once the Star Wars Battlefront 2 actually had all the updates and it wasn't buggy, it wasn't glitchy, it was a great stormtrooper game.
It's a great shooter for Star Wars.
Yes, it was a great shooter for Star Wars, and you could play as all of your Jedis, all your Siths. Yep. You had all of their vehicles. You had
battle mode is fun where you can just do like Jedi versus Sith or just Jedi just in general.
They had like the specific hero mode where it was just heroes from the Sith or heroes from the
So this is the newer one, right? That we're talking about?
This is the newest.
This isn't the battle. What was it called back in the day? The one when I was in high school that was really good. That was pretty.
That's battle. Not Battlefront. Battle.
No, it is. I think it is Battlefront, and it's
I thought it was also called Battlefront. Yeah, they just kind of remade them,
and it should be on this list. And if it's
the second one was really good, but the first one wasn't. Back, I do remember that.
So I didn't play any of these. I'm also not a multiplayer type guy unless it's a fighting game. I don't get along with my friends and then play. Like, it's just not how I game. I game to beat solitude. I played Skyrim for 11 years. Like,
do you remember Revenge of the Sith game?
Which one? Yes. Yeah,
it was the one that came out with the movie where you could do like Mortal Kombat style battles.
Yeah. And you can fight Sintronic.
Yeah, dude.
So good.
That was my game. Like, that was my freaking game.
Anything where you can actually get to like lightsaber duel someone, I'm fucking all.
Well, dude, really, honestly, until Fallen Order, No, I guess Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed would have been like the actual first game where you were free to use, like free to play with the Force.
Yeah, we're gonna play a little game called Jedi Power Battles. We're gonna talk about that later. So you just want to give it
quite.
You got to be Plo Koon playing through Phantom Menace.
Sorry.
Fight me.
That's fair, but
Fight me.
It still wasn't quite as free.
I think even like Adi Gallia, like that had a roster. You're like, oh, hi Jar Jar, I'm gonna kill you and not do this. Yeah, that's great.
I have a game just for you.
Okay. All right.
All right, we'll talk about Power Battles when we get to it.
No,
Star
that's
Wars
fine.
Battlefront 2, I feel like I would definitely rate it. Shit, it's
I think as a full game, it's an S. It's got to be.
It's always hard
Star
to put
Wars games. Yeah, it's an S.
It's always hard to.
I don't want to say
S,
that I want to put it as S because it's the first S, but it's hard to debate that it's not because once after the updates, I played this game.
I still play this game.
Like put it as S.
Still play this game.
Put it then. You guys are the ones who have not given me any criteria, so do whatever you want, really.
No, it's the Star Wars. Like what you feel is the best Star Wars games. I mean, that's really
I know, but do we
criteria.
go storyline? Do we do gameplay?
However you feel like rating it.
I feel like overall game as an overall.
Yeah, as an overall game. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, right.
Not like because storyline, then Battlefront would be.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. But if you guys like the game's not made for me, I don't feel like. But if you guys can sit down and just love it, then who am I to say you're wrong? Like I'm not wrong, or you're not.
Oh,
wrong.
I got you. I know what you're saying. Yeah. I got you.
Because I feel like, dude, I just said I could sit down and play some of these really old ones. Like I could still play KOTOR. My wife couldn't play KOTOR. She would be like, "What are these controls? Why does it look like crap?" Like
they were supposed to be redoing it.
Yeah, I know.
They were supposed to be redoing it. Is that what he was?
Yeah, they were supposed to be remaking KOTOR.
They were going to do a remake for PS5, and then it got canceled or pushed.
Oh,
back.
it did? I didn't know it got canceled.
Apparently, it's not in full production anymore. It's on hold.
Well, we can always move things. So let's put it up there in S, and then if we start putting other stuff up and you guys are looking back at it like, oh, we got this up here. All right, we're doing another one I don't know too much of. But I will not stop talking later on, I know. So
that's
your guys' words.
He's like perfect. Like these are what I want to talk about, and you can talk about the other ones. I don't know these other ones.
Okay, so this game, my honest feelings on this game is it should have been Battlefront 2, but it's not. This game could have been amazing with updates.
Yes, this game could have been. So, like, I love.
Which one had the storyline with the like chick who was in like True Blood and stuff?
That is
Stormtrooper. Was that Battlefront 2?
That's Battlefront 2, the story mode. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Story mode of Battlefront 2.
So it did have a story mode at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad story. It's not bad.
I think I watched most of it. I just forgot.
You get to play as Luke. You get to play as Luke for a level, so it's worth it.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But Squadrons, to me, my problem was at first, I love, like, even back in the day, I loved flying games where you had, like, I forget what it was, where you were doing the jet fighters and all that.
Star Fox and Crimson Tides. I mean, there were so many of them. Yeah.
Like
Rogue Squadron, which we don't have.
No, I know.
That is so true. Yes. But I don't know why. I've never been a fan of the first person view of, like, the cockpit.
Oh, yeah. I don't. I like seeing my plane. Yeah. Yes,
I like to be able to see my plane. But in Squadrons, they made it so that you were in the cockpit. You were literally, if you were in a TIE fighter, you just had that bubble to look at.
That's
wow.
And it was a very visually, it was hard to play just because it was hard to see your surroundings.
Like they went all in on a concept and you're not sure if they should have.
Yes.
I think this game plays better in VR. I will
probably, today in today's world of VR, because this came out still like probably a couple years ago.
It's in VR. They have it in VR.
Oh, they do?
Oh yeah, they have Squadrons in VR.
Okay, then maybe. But see, I still I don't know.
Trust me, watch a video in VR. You'll again, when you get into a TIE fighter, you're not wrong. You can't see shit still.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like TIE fighter, you cannot see shit.
And there's zero storyline, or is there?
There is a storyline, but it's not that long. It's only a few minutes. It's like 5 missions.
It's okay. It's like a demo.
They're really short missions.
It's a tutorial.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I thought it was.
You dogfight a few times. You go in. You take. Well, you do get to fight at the. What is it called? The one that sits over Naboo, the round one, the big donut.
Oh.
You get to take.
Are you just talking about one of the Trade Federation things?
Yes, one of the big ones. You take down one of those. So but it's not. Yeah, it's not
but I mean,
2 hours, 2.5 hours, you can knock it out.
Anakin did that, and he thought he was pod racing.
Right,
so it's not really a big deal.
Exactly.
Now this is pod racing.
Yeah, it's just one of those games that they really went with like you said, like a specific concept, and they just didn't have any more ideas, ideas on how to make it better.
Sounds like C to me, or am I being too mean?
Oh no, it's I'm more leaning towards
C?
D.
Oh, I don't know if we'd go that mean.
No, I think it's a C. I think it's a fair C.
But I mean,
I
haven't played it. So if you think it's D, but I mean,
he's making an argument for C, so I'll put it in C.
All I'm saying is I still think it's a fun game to play once in a while. I don't think it's a complete bust. It's just not a game you can play for hours and hours.
And
I
just was hoping it was. I wanted it to be a nice dogfighting game.
Oh, dude, I wanted 100 on 100 like dogfighting. I wanted crazy stuff. Right.
Who doesn't want to redo the Battle of Endor?
Right.
Let's go. Yeah.
That's kind of why this is in S, because they had that. They had full on dogfighting, and
they had where you could go on the planet and then go up to the ship and then come back down to the planet.
It was so awesome.
That sounds,
dude. And that's what, and especially Battlefront came out first, and Squadrons was coming out like a couple years later. I thought that was exactly what they were going to go with. I thought they realized how much people loved it in Battlefront 2, and they were going to give us an entire game of it. And then that never fucking happened.
This almost seems like it was like an expansion or like a little add-on to Battlefront 2. Like, oh, you can go into the cockpit now. It's weird that that you already have dogfights in one game. Yeah.
That's why to me I was just like I can't get.
We could put it in D. I have at least one game I specifically put on the list so we have a game to put into D, but we can have 2 games in D.
No, I'm okay with leaving it for C, because especially I haven't seen it in VR, so I want to see it in VR, so maybe it will.
Yeah. Definitely check it out in VR. God damn it, guys! Are you kidding me right now?
I get the Dark Forces Jedi games mixed up, so I just want to make sure I know which one.
Star Wars Jedi Knight is the first.
Yeah, this is Jedi Academy. I want to make sure that I know that this is the one that I think it is.
So it's in first and third person shooter.
Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy.
I vaguely remember playing this on the Xbox.
So I've seen the cutscenes of this, but it has been a long time.
So this is another one of those. I think it is. Yeah, this is the Disciples of Ragnos on the Jedi where he plays Jaden Core. Yeah, this game kicks butt.
From what I remember, it was good. But the cutscenes are like real people. It's like movies.
No, it isn't.
That's not this one?
No, that's the last one. It was Jedi Knight Dark Forces. That's the first one I talked about.
Then I've seen that. I've seen that whole thing before, but it's been a long time. So
this one is Kyle Katarn way later on, and you're playing as his Padawan, Jaden Core, and you're playing around the Jedi Praxium and other places. So this gives you a lot of good Luke Skywalker's Academy lore, because you're literally...
Is this where they show Kyle as a battle master?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not kind of quite, I think. I haven't played it in so long.
I think that's what I remember then about this.
Because he does become a battle master, but this is him fighting the Disciples of Ragnos, so like this cool Sith cult, and you're playing as Jaden Core, which is fun. Who's I don't know. When it comes to like that era of Jedi, he's fine. Like, he's okay. I like him. He's not my favorite of that era, but Jaden Core's cool.
Okay, so he can also get like a fighting style like Darth Maul and have a dual wielded.
So it literally does really break down the fighting styles in this one, and that's what I really liked. Is it did a really good job of breaking down lightsaber combat in a very fun way.
I see that. That's actually pretty fucking awesome.
I don't think it's the best of these games, but and also it really got overshadowed because KOTOR was coming out like that, like really close, like it was right on its butt. And I feel like Knights of the Old Republic kind of took everyone's eyes away from this, and no one really touched it. But I definitely enjoyed it, and I definitely don't think it's bad.
Well, and that's what I was talking about earlier. Is for me, a lot of these didn't even catch my radar, but like Knights of the Old Republic caught my radar. Like that was one that everybody talked about. That so I didn't get to play a lot of these, man. It sucks because I wish I would have got to, man.
A lot of people did
multiplayer because it's showing it had multiplayer. Did you play it?
I don't remember it having multiplayer, but honestly, when I'm talking about I played it, I mean I like played it at my friend's house for like 5 hours. You know, like I played it. I didn't have an Xbox in 2003. Like I grew up freaking poor. Like I played Morrowind at my friend's house. Like for 200 hours, but still, like I played a little bit of this, but like I said, KOTOR was right on its heels, and you kind of focused on KOTOR once it came out. So as much as I think that it's a solid B or a C, I don't think it's bad. So you could easily, I think it belongs in B, and it could even be because the storyline or the gameplay is just so much better, but it's also so much more modern compared to Jedi Knight. But I like storyline of Jedi Knight's better, but this one, like, you know, you could do so much with the gameplay.
Yeah. So let's put this one on B on the lower end in case maybe we have to put it to C. All right. Well, then
I do feel like C should be, you know, like but it's not good. You know, like they tried, but it failed. Which one is this? This is Outcast. So let me pitch Outcast.
I take it someone liked Outcast.
Outcast is really freaking good.
My baby don't matter.
So Outcast takes place after Kyle Katarn joins the Jedi Praxium with Luke, and he knows Luke, and he leaves it. So there is just so many cutscenes of Luke like, hey, when you coming back? It's like, how'd you get this number? And like hangs up on him. And so Kyle Katarn goes and becomes a like bounty hunter again, and then he quits being a Jedi. And then he runs into Dasan, who I'm obsessed with. I've made multiple videos on Dark Jedi Dasan. He has the coolest lightsaber, one of the coolest lightsabers, also on my list. It has a freaking Morning Star like spiked club on the back of it. He is a Tyrannosaurus man, dinosaur man, fallen Jedi Padawan of Luke Skywalker. If that doesn't sound like a fever dream and a half, Luke
How
Skywalker.
have I never heard of him?
Yeah. Dasan's the best because he's only in this, and he's the main bad guy of this. So it's about Dasan running into Kyle, beating the crap out of him, and like kidnapping his lady or whatever. And Dasan then has to work his way back up. He fights, or not, sorry, Kyle Katarn has to work his way back up. He starts training as a Jedi again to like fight him. Has to fight his Dasan's apprentice, who her name's escaping me right now. And then eventually fights him in a dark side nexus. This game's great. I absolutely think this belongs in S tier, but that might just be me. No. I will settle for A. I won't cry because I don't want to stack S tier so much because we have all the.
I was gonna say from what you just described, I already want to watch this.
From what you just described and like me looking at this wiki,
I'm gonna be watching a lot.
And the graphics are better. They're not great.
They definitely are.
They're a major step up from freaking Dark Force.
It actually seems like the lightsaber tracking in it looks a lot better. Like the actual lightsaber fights look a lot better in this.
I love Dasan and Kyle Katarn, and like, of course,
and I need to learn more about Dasan because
Tyrannosaurus man.
Yeah, what you just described sounds amazing.
So again, I don't know if it might just be me fanboying. Maybe it doesn't belong in S because I don't want to stack S too high because I think it will be with what we.
No, there's definitely. I have a few pitches for a few of these games.
Yeah. All right, you want to get Fallen Order out of here or what? Or just Survivor? Or
no, I mean Survivor is, I don't know. Have any of us played it? I have only watched.
Me, I'm playing it right now.
Yeah, in the middle of playing.
Yeah, about a couple weeks or a couple days ago. I've been playing.
I'm off Coruscant right now, onto the second level. That's all
we're probably close to the same. I just met up with the guy who you're looking for on the second level.
Gotcha. That's where I'm at. Yep.
So
I literally just met up with him, and I'm hanging out in his basement. No weird.
Gotcha.
My issues with this game.
Really?
Gameplay was amazing.
Here we go.
Like the actual story was amazing. The story, amazing. I did not like the map layout, like the actual map itself.
I know, yes.
You're not the first person to tell me.
Yeah, no,
like, hey, I started,
and
then I got to a thing that I couldn't get past, and I thought it was lame, and I left.
But it wasn't even a matter of a part I couldn't get past, and I thought it was lame.
It was the map.
Literally trying to follow myself on the map or get back to my ship was so complicated at times. It was.
I agree with you, but this is an S tier. Just on story alone. The story in this game is too damn good. I'm sorry, it just is.
I completely agree with not quite Post Malone.
No, I agree with him too.
Pre Malone. But I think storyline fighting. I think so many people have done Dark Souls, and so many people have failed Dark Souls, but this didn't. Dark Souls, but Star Wars worked. And I really enjoyed it. And you're right. I did hate
to fix something.
I did hate the map.
I was gonna say, can you unplug from the Matrix, please, during this?
Yeah, you're getting all weird. Plus,
he's glitching out over there.
I'm still here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be worried.
Screw you.
All right. I would be okay with it not being an S. But my pitch, of course, is S. But you're not the first person to tell me that you've had that exact issue.
Yeah.
And if there's an issue that literally kicks people out of the game, like makes them not want to play it, I'm not going to ignore that. That's a big goddamn deal. Like people have to at least want to play the dang game. So
no, I think it is a big deal, but I do think the story overtakes that part of the game. Because I really think that's the only flaw in the game is the map layout. Yeah. Other than that, there's no real.
I love the combat. I love the stories. I love. Yeah,
I do.
I will say this: I've never jumped off of a map more than in this
That's
game.
My thing. Like,
I will absolutely
wish
admit
they
that.
would have made it a little better to grab on the fucking things.
There was a boss fight that I had to go through, like jump over here, jump this, go through this, time your way jumping through this fan, and then fight a boss, learn his patterns. Oh, you did it? Start all over. And I did it for it was like a week and a half.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, I was literally about to say, like, I just wish.
Yeah, but that's the Dark Souls of it. That's what people like. They like to be punished nowadays.
I don't want to be punished on these.
Dude, are you kidding me? The most popular game of this year
is Elden Ring, which is all punishment.
Yeah, last year.
I still don't understand. I literally,
and that's the most punishing game in history, apparently. So
I fight with my friends with it all the time. I can't play a game where if I die once, I lose everything and have to go get it back. I'm like, I will lose my mind. I would absolutely.
No, I get it, Don. We're dealing with a Zoomer here, and he's not used to working for what he gets. He didn't actually get a real job when he first got his job.
Hold on. I've been working since I am 14 years old. I would not
child labor. Great.
Yeah, but also minimum wage was probably at 20 at that point already.
No.
So.
In New York, yes, it was. You lying sack of shit.
No.
All right, this is not the place. Not the place.
I'm joking.
All right. The fact that Frito isn't a real man is a whole different podcast. So let's just.
I'm gonna go cry now.
I'm kidding.
All right, I will say for the sake of maps alone, it's an A, but it's like an A plus.
I'm okay with low S. Can we pitch low S?
I'm an S. All right, I'm an S on this game. I love this game. I absolutely love this. You did
not that low. not S corner. It's not in timeout.
That's fine. We'll keep it at S there for right now, just because of you.
So far, let's go with this one just because.
So far, I will say it is an improvement.
I think it belongs in the exact same place. I haven't seen the storyline
right now.
Yet.
So far, yeah, I would say I would agree with that. But again, I'm not all the way through it. So
Me neither.
Yeah, but so far the story is great. The mechanics are great.
I don't know.
I love the new ways you can use the lightsaber, and there's a lot of really cool stuff they've added to this that I really think helped the game out.
I think it belongs in the exact same spot because a lot of the trying to get around stuff is kind of still a problem. But honestly, I think it's like
they didn't completely fix it, but I will say I'm not falling off as much as I did in the first one. Like,
I got stuck on a goddamn puzzle for like a whole day already.
Okay, I will say this: the end when you're trying to escape Coruscant. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, I didn't get stuck there. I got stuck trying to raise the tar level and destroy that dam. I couldn't figure out that you have to throw the mines.
But
from what Don has said, and because I don't want to watch too much gameplay because I still love it myself. It does seem like again the gameplay.
I'd say you should put it
never lacked in these.
I just think you should put it exactly where you have the other one.
I think I agree with that for now.
We'll talk later on when we convince you they belong in S tier. They'll both stay up there. That's why I didn't want to stack S so quick because I'm like, we got a lot of S's.
There's a lot of S's.
Well, we specifically grabbed games that we remember.
True.
There's a reason why we remember them.
There's a lot of S's left. I'm letting you all know that now. I see 6 right now.
Yeah.
I see 6 right now.
I don't.
Oh, really?
I do. Want to grab Super Star Wars and let's talk some Super Nintendo?
We can talk about that.
All right. So, you want to talk punishing? You want to talk hard? You don't know what the word means. You think that Dark Souls and friggin' Elden Ring is hard? Play the first level in Super Star Wars.
That is fair.
Dude, this game is insanely punishing. Not only but it's all patterns because you don't even see your enemies. You have to know, jump over here, there's going to be somebody going. And the entire game is like that. This is one of the hardest games I've ever played.
What is the actual story of it? Is it actually
Star Wars?
It's the original trilogy. It's the original Star Wars.
And it's, I believe you get to play as multiple characters. I haven't played this, of course, in a very long time. I think the last time I played this, I rented it from Blockbuster.
I know you get to play as Luke and Han at least.
I guiltily love the N64 graphics.
Well, this is Super Nintendo.
No, this is Super Nintendo, dude. Yeah, this is
Super Nintendo side scroller platformer.
Yeah, platformer side scroller for sure.
Hell yeah! I think it is a very, very solid A. The only reason I don't think it belongs in S is it is just a
unbeatable game.
Yeah, it's an unbeatable game that doesn't actually do anything besides just being an extremely hard game. Like it doesn't introduce the new characters. There's no storyline. It's just the original Star Wars.
They just take random missions from the original. I mean, not random, but they take random parts from the.
But yeah, do you remember that time when Luke is fighting 1,000 Jawa and stormtroopers at the same time when he's trying to get the droids back and he already has a lightsaber? Yeah, you don't remember that?
Right. That kind of it's just that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's literally what it is.
That totally happened.
Multiple sandworms.
Everything happened in it. What are you talking about? It's canon. That is definitely canon. Still.
It is technically canon.
This game's canon.
It's technically canon.
I guess, yeah.
I think it's a very solid A because when you talk about
at the time it was the only thing we had, so yeah, it was amazing. It was the greatest thing ever.
But I don't like the idea of putting it at S when it's just Star Wars. Like it didn't do anything besides just being one of the hardest platformers.
Yeah, it just wasn't. There was nothing added to it. It was just what we already knew.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
grab one. All right, we're going right to N64, Shadows of the Empire. Heck yeah, my man Dash Rendar. What's
Dash?
Up?
This is Dash, right? Oh,
yeah. I want to say Shadow of the Empire. Yeah, that's why I specifically made him put Dash Rendar in here. I made him
Dash is awesome. I do love Dash. I will say.
So this game is something. It's essentially treated as like episode 5.5, right? It's like in between.
Yeah, I mean it's in between 5 and 6.
Yeah. 5 and 6.
Right.
But it's something you get to beat Boba. You get to kill Boba Fett. You get to beat him. You get to beat
him. Yeah.
IG-88, all kinds of stuff. I do like that. This is a game where you're not a lightsaber wielder. You're just Han Solo on steroids.
pretty much.
I will say I didn't know that it was a novel.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Dude,
And
there were
I
hundreds
I
of
like
them
the
back then.
storyline of this game. They do a really big thing of the Black Sun being a big main like villain. Zizor, the most Star Warsy name of all time. There's an X and a Z in it. Holy crap! Zizor, the Black Sun. He's a Feline. Is the name of that that alien race?
Okay.
I don't know. I think this is another absolute solid A. Like,
I mean, I vaguely remember this game.
I played the crap out of it.
Yeah.
No, I definitely remember this game.
I know I played it. I just don't know. I don't remember how much I played this game. I don't think it was.
I remember playing this game at my babysitter's house because she had an entire N64 set up, and I was playing this. And
1997, wasn't this before you were born?
Well, yeah, but they still had this. Like,
God,
I was born in '96.
I know we
born
are.
in '96. Thank you very much.
I know.
Oh, damn it!
You don't remember the Death Star run from Atari?
No, I don't remember the Death Star from Atari. No, probably because I didn't grow up with an Atari.
Now you're showing your age, Don.
I wish they had something like that.
I remember thinking that that Super Nintendos were the video game console, and that all the new ones like PlayStations were just fads. I honestly thought that Super Nintendo would never be phased out. I thought that as a kid. It's like, well, this is a video game.
Everybody thought. I thought Sega was the same thing about Sega. I thought Sega was never going to go away. I was like, this is it. This is end.
I remember calling it's like, oh, cool, you can put a disc in this. Oh, that's a cool fad. But it will never, like, Super Nintendo will never go away. Graphics will never get better than this.
Cartridge. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I also remember playing 64 and playing 007 and thought that graphics could never get better.
Oh, yeah, this is the best part. This is the best part. That disc is never going to last.
All right, so are you guys cool with Shadows being there, Shadow of the Empire?
Yeah. Because like I said, I definitely remember playing this game.
It had a cool storyline, and they literally kicked him out of the universe. He goes into a black hole or like a wormhole at the end, and that explains why he's not. They're all like, "Hey, we're gonna go get Han out of Carbonite. We're gonna go do Return of the Jedi stuff." He's like, "I'll be right there," and turns to a wormhole and just ghosts them all.
And you're just like, what?
Okay, man.
It was definitely one of the most confusing things.
I'm gonna dash out of here.
Oh God! But all right, guys, let's move on to Dark Forces.
I want to say it's PC. I'm pretty sure. I want to say it's Star Wars Doom. Is pretty much what Dark Forces was.
Really? Okay.
I don't think there's a real storyline. I might be way off. I've played this, like, speaking of babysitters, my babysitter's boyfriend had this, and I remember playing a little bit of it, and I was like, oh, okay. But it wasn't like, I don't think there's like you're playing as Kyle Katarn, but there isn't like a story, I don't believe. Like, not much. It
follows Kyle Katarn, it says.
Yeah, yep. No, you do play as him, but like it's not like, it's not
with Kyle
real involved
by the Alliance to recover plans for the Death Star.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Highland
so this
Jam
was
later.
Rogue One before Rogue One.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah.
But yeah, the gameplay looks like Doom.
Were there Bothans involved in this game?
Yeah,
no
they
Bothans?
really. No, that's the second. That's the plans for the second Death Star. I hate when people bring up.
Oh, yeah.
They explain this plot in 3 semi-paragraphs of a lot of information, but little information. So I can imagine where the story was not really there.
Well, yeah,
yeah, and really, if you look at like gameplay, it's
the gameplay.
Just missions follow a storyline, sometimes interpreted by videos to progress the tale. Each mission has its own briefing and objective. The levels were designed to represent actual bases and mines, facilities. So I guess it would be closer to like GoldenEye. It almost sounds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, it's not like
the graphics.
It's fine.
pretty shite too.
Well, yeah, 1995, dude.
Oh yeah,
That was way before you were born.
That was dollop.
it was a year.
Yeah, but a year's a long time if you're like, got your foot stuck in something, or a year's a long time if you haven't, if you don't get to have
perspective. You're right.
Perspective.
So would we put this at a C? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't remember the story or anything enough to say.
That's
I would say a C or D for me.
I think it belongs in C. I think it's a good launching off point. LucasArts learned how to make a game, and then we got Jedi Knight, and then we got Dark Forces 2. Then the rest of the Dark Forces happened. But
then we got the good games.
Fair enough.
And if it wasn't for Outcast, if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't have got Outcast.
I just want to get this one just because I think.
Oh, you know what? Don't skip to my look. Okay, so I found this when I was looking for stuff.
Is this real?
This is
a video
Battleship, but Star Wars.
No, it's not a video game.
Oh, okay. Phantom Menace made everything. We have Phantom Menace, Monopoly.
I don't know how I didn't have this. But I did not have this, and I want to play I want to find this now and play it every day.
I want to S tier.
Yeah, for me, this would be an S tier. Easily an S tier for me. This is not even a question. Battleship.
Okay, I don't even want this on our list.
You're telling me you can play Battleship, but in Star Wars.
I agree.
This is a funny joke, but
I loved it.
People are watching this thinking we're being serious.
I was being serious about it. You have no idea. This was a video game before video games, just so y'all know. That Battleship was a video game.
We're not so old we don't know what board games are. Back in my day, we played Monopoly and the graphics were in your mind.
It made noises and stuff. It was cool.
All right. Did we talk about Jedi power battles?
Yes, we can.
All right. Well, it was a loose playthrough of episode 1, but you could play as multiple different Jedi, eventually unlock Darth Maul, and all the Jedi had their own different powers. Like they were all unique, but it was mostly hack and slash. Let's talk about the Battle of Theed. So the ending of it on Naboo, you get to straight up jump into one of the Trade Federation tanks and have full-on tank battles throughout Naboo. It was amazing.
Okay, well now that sounds like an awesome game. Yeah,
it was Dreamcast is what I played this on. I was in probably 4th grade. The graphics in my mind were great. I'm pretty sure they're not. Don't live up to the standards. I have another game for you. You should toss in here.
I mean, I will do that right now.
Let me find the name of it.
It definitely, for when it came out, the graphics look great.
They don't look bad. Oh, there we go.
Like for 2000, the graphics look awesome.
Nice. All right, so S tier confirmed.
I mean, I can't really argue with the description. I really can't.
No, it's just a playthrough of the movie. I think it's. I was kidding about the history thing.
A.
I still like
low
I
A.
Don't know.
Maybe
I'm down for low A because it's just a dumb little hack and slash.
Yeah, but dude, it's Star Wars. I mean, come on.
All right, Star Wars Demolition.
Star Wars Demolition. Okay,
that sounds amazing too already.
Yeah, toss that in there. I want to say that's the name of this game. I just typed in Star Wars Twisted Metal to try to find the name because I played the crap out of this game and I was trying to remember the name of it. Yeah. I think it's Star Wars Demolition.
God, unlocked hidden memory.
Yeah, 2000 again. This is another Dreamcast awesome game. Did you play this?
Yes.
All right, are we talking about Demolition?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was Twisted Metal, but Star Wars. There was what's her name? Aurora Singh.
What?
You could play as the dude who just riding on the from Jabba's palace, riding on the back of his Rancor. It was vehicles, and there was people on speeder bikes. There was ATSTs.
Mayhem.
It was amazing.
it was just, but like, no, that I know, but it was like, it was great. It was just all out.
So S tier, right?
At least A. Like, like again, no storyline. It
no,
doesn't
this
do
sounds like
profound.
the most amazing game in the world.
It's
so
great.
I'm all.
I remember there being a cutscene if you beat it with Aurora Singh of her. Like, and I don't even know what Jedi it was, but she's on Tatooine watching a Jedi through a rifle scope, and he's like training lightsaber. And I want to say it's like supposed to be old Ben, and she's like, and it cuts out right before she pulls the trigger. That cutscene has never left me, and I haven't watched it since the year 2000. Freaking 23 years. So I think
I have
S
a lot
tier.
of videos to watch, man. I'm telling you that right now.
I forgot this game existed until like a little while ago. It's like, do you remember the Twisted Metal Star Wars?
Dude, literally, like I said, until I looked it up and saw this, I was like, hidden memory unlocked.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Literally, the achievement button came up over.
That's why I was like, hey, here's a bunch of games off the dome. And I never ended up thinking about it again, or else I would have totally sent you more. And now that we're doing it, I'm like, oh, this
Star Wars fan anymore.
I think A. Don't put it in S. I'm trying to find ones to stack the A column a little.
I can't call myself a Star Wars fan anymore after missing these.
Did you put Jedi Power Battles in A too? I think they belong in A.
Yeah.
I think fun throwaway games that don't add anything to the lore and they don't do anything super profound, like Twisted Metal already existed, freaking Hack and Slashes already existed, but they were all really fun. I think A is the perfect place for those.
Yeah.
Like save
S. No, that new game that's coming out, dude, the GTA and Star Wars.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
So excited for that.
That sounds great. Tommy Vercetti, but he's like
just
a Twilight.
Premise alone. No, you're just a bounty hunter going around.
Oh.
All right.
Is it called Bounty Hunter? Oh, we don't have Bounty Hunter on here. Jango Fett's game where you fight Kamara Gosa. Get on it.
This
I keep turning into Bill Burr yelling at you. So S tier, can we move on, please?
Yeah, this is S tier. No, this isn't even a debate.
You're not wrong.
It's S tier.
It's not even a debate. Both of these games were so freaking amazing.
They were so fun. Like just to fully get.
I like the first one more.
Oh yeah.
The second one was like, screw character. Let's just give him all of the powers. Like he's a clone. Who cares? Make him do everything.
To finally just get someone who was just going to use and abuse the Force for what they wanted. I think it was just so much fun, especially playing.
But I really liked his angle, man. His secret apprenticeship to Vader.
This game was so amazing.
Some of the Jedi you get to meet are really freaking cool, man.
And when that moment where you pull down a Star Destroyer from space.
Oh, yeah.
Like, did you not what are we up? Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude. It was so cool to have that just power in your hand.
You're crushing like ATSTs in your hands.
And this is why, I was talking to my friend. I wish this character could we could see him somewhere on a screen someday, but it'll never happen because he's just too powerful.
Galen Merrick.
Too strong.
I think he's still one of the most beloved characters in Star Wars.
Oh, without a doubt. Everyone still loves this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are we going to say
Witwer killed it?
Sam Witwer, also former Schmodown Star Wars champion. Yeah, Sam Witwer. Well, he's also the voice of Maul now and a bunch of other stuff.
See, I gotta say, it's S tier. It's S tier.
I think it's S tier.
I think they're both S tier, man.
I'm gonna put it more towards the end of it. No,
it's not behind either one of those.
I think it belongs right in that gap. Yeah. Also, didn't this one have the one where if you do the ending bad, you get to start to play through the events? As an evil version, and you can walk up as like Luke is leaving. Like in the beginning, like tear down the Millennium Falcon and just murder old Ben. Like, what do we do?
There's some crazy stuff they added into this game.
Was so amazing. These games, I want to go back and play them. Can they just remake them? Can we get them remade?
Right? You don't need to. I mean, no, it's because they're still good. Like remake KOTOR first.
Remake KOTOR first.
Fair enough.
That's definitely true.
Also, what's that freaking that tiny little Alina who fights on the droid world, Kazdan Parada. That fight,
yes.
I was stuck on it for a week.
Man, the memories of playing that game, man. There are so many great levels, bosses, all kinds of stuff.
I got to do a Kazdan Parada lightsaber video. Light pike. All right, I'm writing that down. I'm writing into my PowerPoint right now. how the coffee is, or how the donuts are made, ladies and gentlemen.
Don's over here trying to do something. Weirdo.
I'm just trying to learn how to write Kazdan.
All right.
You
Parada.
son of a bitch. This will not be tolerated, sir.
What are you doing? I'm missing it. I'm not looking.
No,
did you try to put Terrace Kazi in S tier?
No. I originally put his battleship fucking Star Wars game.
Better leave Battleship alone.
And he saw me, and so then as I knew exactly what he was doing, he was opening up the file to mess with it as well, and I deleted it.
Oh, that's brutal. All right. I'm the resident fighting game guy here. Get rid of that. Guys, I'm the resident fighting game guy. I love fighting games. I love Star Wars. I played a lot of PS1 and Dreamcast stuff because I was like 13, 12 when that was coming out. And I do have to say, from the bottom of my heart, this is not only one of the worst Star Wars games of all time, but this is one of the worst fighting games of all time. Masters of Terrace Kazi is laughably freaking awful. And it's like so bad it's good almost, but only in spirit. When you try to play it, it's like the lightsabers are like bats. It's like, it's so bad. The fighting game mechanics are awful. What's his name? Oh, freaking God, I'm trying to Matt McMuscles. If you guys have ever watched his What Happened series, he doesn't have, I think he has a What Happened on this, but he has a worst fighting game series where he literally goes over, the worst fighting games. And this is on one of his episodes, and yeah, it's awful.
The cover alone, they look like they're action figures just set up almost.
So they bring in a character who's around during the first Jedi Schism. I'm talking 20,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, before anyone has ever heard of a Sith. And they just, they bring her into this game. Wait, what? Of all things, she's like, we're going to bring her in from the lore. And she's working for Vader. And she's just like this chick with a metal arm.
It's like, where did you guys pull her from?
Yeah, deep inside George Lucas's bowels.
Where a lot of stuff came from back then.
Are we going D?
Oh yeah, I put it in here so we had a something for the bottom.
You were like, this is purposely D.
Yeah, we have to bring in Terrace Kazi because we have to talk about it too. You have to talk about those huge swinging misses.
You guys did ask me. Seriously, you said, what games did you want me to add to this? Was there any more?
Did I have another?
I feel like you said one more, and I don't know if I got it.
Rogue Squadron.
Well, besides Rogue Squadron, yeah, we should add Rogue Squadron. I thought there was another one besides Demolition, too.
You could do Revenge of the Sith.
Jango Fett Bounty Hunter. Hell yeah.
Oh, Bounty Hunter. Yeah, definitely got to do Bounty Hunter. Yeah, Bounty Hunter's a good game.
You fight Kamari Vosa.
Nah, Bounty Hunter.
Rito, Kamari Vosa. Do you know whose lightsabers Kamari Vosa had?
Whose?
I'm not kidding.
You're going to tell us.
Yeah. It's Asajj Ventress's lightsabers Kamari Vosa's. She was Count Dooku's first apprentice in the storyline of this game is you are Jango Fett, who's being tested by Dooku to go kill his former apprentice. And then you do, and you take her lightsabers, and you give them to Dooku, and then he gives them to frickin' Asajj.
Wow.
Yeah, the game's really not good, but that's awesome. The storyline's great, but the game's kind of throwaway, but the gameplay's not great. But the storylines, You play as
So
Jango Fett.
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
See, I haven't played that game in for.
Rogue Squadron's like.
No, not Rogue Squadron. Bounty Hunter.
Oh, yeah, Bounty Hunter.
See,
I remember getting stuck in like I couldn't find a cutscene for like 2 days, and it was before the internet. And finally, I was like, "Hey, is anyone else stuck here on Coruscant and can't move?" They're like, "Yeah, you go to this part of this bar." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like I had no clue. Just walking corridor to corridor and could progress the game. He muted himself, and I could still hear the dog barking.
That's mine. Goddamn mutts.
You bringing in Bounty Hunter?
Yes, I'm bringing in Bounty Hunter, and then
I think we're good. Was there any other?
No.
Those are the last two I thought of. God, we're so professional.
So. I know.
I better grab my phone in case my wife's yelling at me.
We've done this once. Never. There has to be a way though we can load this up like after this. You have to be able to upload this and then use it as like a regular.
New Instagram follower, sup?
All right.
I'm kidding. It's probably a bot.
Up here. No, just okay, whatever. Let's get it.
I'm gonna.
All right. So.
Oh my God, what do you got going on? I looked away for 5 seconds. What's this? The first Battlefront?
Yes, this is the very first Battlefront.
Battlefront ATSD.
I would say this is an age class. Just because I don't think, again, this was another one that was a lot of updates and a lot of time spent on it.
Didn't they never do a storyline with it?
The first one didn't have a storyline. No.
Yeah, that's why I never touched it.
And also, by the time it was actually a decent enough game to play, Battlefront 2 was coming out.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I feel like it was just basically.
I feel like Battlefront 2 came out like the same year. Like it literally felt like it was right on its butt.
Yeah, it was like 2 years later.
Like,
but yeah,
like, to be honest, it felt like Battlefront. It should have been the beta, and then Battlefront 2 should have been the actual game. Like in the way it should have been just like an open beta for a while.
But you still say this is A and not B then?
Yeah.
Like you're saying you still had a lot of fun for that 2 years.
Yes. Like it was still fun to play. But it was also you know what? I would say B just because of the frustrating aspects of it being not. It just felt like it was never fully finished. Yeah. And then by the time it was finished, it was already getting ready for.
At least the games we have an A, even though they're just like dumb fun, they're finished dumb fun.
Yes.
They're like completed dumb fun.
Yes, that's why like Battlefront 2 is an S class because it is
it's a finished game.
It is a
fully finished game once it came
out.
So
I'm down for B or A. It does sound more like B to me.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, you guys wanted Bounty Hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be C. I love it, but I mean, it's the gameplay's trash on a mountain, man. It was really hard to play. At least that's how I remember it.
Okay.
It was like really bad PS2 platformer stuff. Like,
see this, I didn't have this game, but I played it a few times.
This game needed God of War to show it how to happen, and God of War.
I was gonna say, I feel like
it needed God of War to happen.
I feel like this came out.
I think he's gonna break up with his dogs, man. They've been fighting a lot.
They are fighting. They always do fight. I feel like. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hold on, no. Let me just look this up. When did fucking
say like did 04 or something?
PlayStation 2 come out?
Oh, come on. I don't know. You can look that up. I'm looking at when Bounty Hunter.
Okay, so it came out in 2000 and this came out in 2002. Okay.
Yeah, 02.
Well, they re-released it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
2015.
2019 also.
Oh, 19. Holy
yeah, in June 2019, they did a re-release of this game.
Of Bounty Hunter?
Yes.
For just Bounty Hunter?
4.
Oh, Bounty Hunter, yeah.
You're Jango Fett.
Yeah.
That's Boba Fett's clone daddy.
Yeah, that's.
I know you guys aren't really into Star Wars.
No, really not into Star Wars at all. Not into Star Wars. He's only my favorite. He's only my favorite character. It's only my favorite character.
Django?
No, Boba.
Oh,
Boba Fett. My favorite character since I was a kid, dude.
I mean, if you don't know Legends, I guess.
Damn.
My favorite character.
You've never heard of Kyle Katarn.
I was a child who saw some dude in a cool suit and was like, "That's awesome," and now he's my favorite character.
No, I get that. That was me and Lando. I don't know why, because
Boba Fett and Luke. Boba Fett and Luke.
It's like Lando and Chewie for me.
See,
growing up,
mine. Yeah, see, you can tell.
See, I liked him more as
mine was Obi-Wan.
Double crossing, no good swindler.
I love Lando, but I loved Lando as a kid, but as I got older, I like there was more like, oh my god, Ahsoka was
really, because I'm pretty sure Han Solo beats Boba Fett while he was blind on accident.
Yeah, but Han Solo is also just a ripoff of Indiana Jones the whole time.
Ouch!
Come on.
But they're both wannabe Landos.
Yeah,
Lando.
Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan were definitely my two favorites.
Qui-Gon's the man. Yeah.
Well, we weren't going. We were saying our childhood, which was pre the prequels.
Yeah, well, yeah.
See, but my childhood.
Yeah, it was the prequels. My adolescence was like my later on, but I watched all the Star Wars before.
You got duped into liking shitty movies.
I was 10 when the prequels started.
Duped into liking shitty movies.
I'm joking, dude. Just joking.
Yeah. I didn't realize the prequels sucked until I was in the theater for number 3.
I
remember I was like older and I was watching Revenge of the Sith for the second time. No, it was the first time. And I'm watching it and I was like, wait, this isn't very good. And then I was like, wait, are the prequels good? And then I was like, oh no. It dawned on me.
I didn't like the first two, but I really enjoyed Revenge of the Sith. I remember liking Revenge of the Sith.
I just love the battles. Like the actual lightsaber battles in those movies.
Way
all
better.
3 of them.
My biggest problem with the whole thing, honestly, the prequels, like the ideas are there, the world building's there, the acting's not there, but Lucas has never known how to direct actors. But all the dialogue is first pass dialogue. None of it is polished. It's all super wooden. If I liked you, but I couldn't be with you, you know how I would convey that? I would say I like you, but I couldn't be with you. Like, there was all wooden dialogue. None of it was subtext. None of it was thought about. Like, look back at all the scenes between Anakin and Pat and anime, and you could Padme.
I was gonna say
good old anime Amidala. Padme. And you like all that dialogue is so wooden and so almost thought up. Like it's hard.
No, I completely agree like that. But like especially watching those as a kid, like the fight scenes in all of those movies with the lights, like Obi-Wan and Darth Maul scene in the first one. Absolutely blew my tiny little mind out. The first time freaking Darth Maul lights up the other side, you got that awesome, and you're like, freaking Attack of the Clones when they're in the Coliseum and the whole run of Jedi around. Like, no, trust me, there are moments where I'm like, like I get it. So like.
I can't handle bad writing. It's really hard.
No, and that's why, like, especially growing up and getting into theater, watching those movies again, I was just like, I understand, but also my childhood doesn't.
Yeah, I get it.
So what are we doing with Bounty Hunters? C?
Yeah. C or B. But no, I'm not going to put it in the same place as Jedi Knight Dark Forces. That's actually a good game. Yeah, put it in C.
C class for you, good sir.
Yeah. We have to start. If we're doing KOTOR, let's start off with KOTOR 1, please. I can't talk about 2 without talking about 1.
Understand.
All right, dude. We're doing Knights of the Old Republic, yo. So today at 11 o'clock. Oh, wait, this isn't coming out when we're filming it. I just did a short for Darth Malik's lightsaber. Go check it out. All right.
Darth Malik's lightsaber is
S tier. It's one of the greatest stories in Star Wars ever told. just is.
Yeah, I think you need to put it in S tier, put it in front of Battlefront 2.
I definitely can't disagree with you guys.
Down. I think it's the best game that we've talked about yet. And storyline wise, gameplay wise, literally what it
I think
did
Hardoff says it best, doesn't he? It's the second best story written in Star Wars since Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, hands down. I think what it did
Empire
for
Strikes Back, sorry.
Not even Star Wars, but for the role-playing genre as a whole. Like, role-playing games were different after this one came out. They had to change how they did them because rewrote the book on it, man.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
All right. I can gush about Revan and Malik and freaking
oh my god,
Bastille Shan all day.
I say
Shan and not Sean
all day long.
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves for Malik all day long.
Oh, I think Keanu Reeves for Revan.
Or Revan.
Yeah, I was going to say
Revan.
That's
not
literally
Malik.
what
Revan.
I was
Don't
going to say.
Yes, he would kill that role. He would absolutely kill Revan.
I think he might be a little too old.
Now he might be, yeah, but they were talking about like 5-10 years ago. I was like, yes.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about freaking Rogue Squadron. I'm kidding. All right.
No, we just do. Say, you son of a bitch, you bastard.
So, story is bigger. Gameplay is slightly different. You got 3 big Sith now. I love the villains. I have a butt coming. I think Lord of Hunger, Lord of Pain, which is Darth Sion. Oh, Darth frickin' Sion. And then Kreia, crazy ass Kreia, and all this other stuff. You got Mitra Surik as your main character of the Jedi Exile. Storyline is amazing. But
here we go.
Storyline, like if I told you what happens in that game, you're gonna go, yeah. But then you play it, and then like out of nowhere, Kreia comes up and just kills 3 of the most important characters on your team, and you can't do anything about it. You know, like crazy crap. I might remember that wrong, but they kind of flubbed the 3rd act, like they weren't quite like they wrote themselves into a corner, and it's kind of what.
I just remember not finishing this game because I love the first one so much that I got halfway through this and was just like, I'm done. This is so stupid.
Yeah, they do a lot of dumb stuff.
How do you follow up Knights of the Old Republic with this crap?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it.
And a lot of people felt that way. And I think it's just was the execution wasn't all there. They needed more money, they needed more time. The game's like double the length too. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's like a swing and a miss, and it stinks.
It just doesn't. Yeah.
Because on paper, I love it so much. I do. Like I love
I never finished it. Like I said, I don't know if I was halfway through, but whatever I was through, I just stopped playing. So
yeah. So I think it could even be in C, honestly, or B. Because it is, in my opinion, not a great game, and it could have been. It wasn't like a lot of the things we have in B, like especially the Jedi Knight. Like it's like, oh, the storyline's there, but it's just not. It's not well put together because they didn't know what they were doing yet, so on and so forth. They knew what they were doing here, like in the storylines.
Yeah, that's the reason I don't give it a pass.
I just also don't think it yes, killing off a major character in a story is great, but also, but killing off 3 major characters.
I hope I'm not remembering that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it happens.
I think that would be a huge, not even a deterrent, but just I feel like that's a fuck you to me.
Yeah,
it's just
there was a lot of that.
I just remember it being a bad game. And again, I can't tell you story details. I can't even give you anything really concrete that I remember from it, but I just remember not liking
There's
it.
There's a YouTuber named Salt Factory that does a really good comedic breakdowns. Not like he does a whole playthrough, but he edits it, writes a really big script. Does it for like all the other Scrolls games. and all the BioWare games, and then he did it for KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2. And I highly suggest if you want a recap of either of these games, get that because he'll do it all for you. But they are like 3 to 4 hour long YouTube videos.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because they're big
like
games.
Make you laugh.
Oh, they're hilarious. Yeah, his Pokemon one where he plays through all the way up to like 2 gens ago, and just like looking at Pokemon Gen 1 all the way up to Gen like 7 or whatever it was, is one of my favorite video game or videos ever on YouTube, because he's just looking at Pokemon Blue and Red from like today's point of view. It's pretty great. But anyways, Lego Star Wars.
So yeah, I'm clumping all of the Legos together just because.
No.
Are there any bad ones? Are they all like the same game?
Yes, there are, and this game stands out from all of them.
Hold on. What bad Lego Star Wars game is there?
The prequel trilogies ones are not.
Fuck
great.
off! You just
not
don't
great
like it because you don't like the prequels.
They're not great games.
Yes, they are.
Okay, that's the opinion.
Oh my God.
I don't like them. I don't think they're great games.
I don't even feel like my parents are fighting. I feel like my drunk uncle is fighting with my neighbor.
I don't think Fellowship is a great Lego game. I don't think 3 of the Harry Potter Lego games are good. Well, not 3 of them, but the first one.
You also look like a cheap knockoff of Post Malone. You suck.
But this game took everything great about Star Wars and Lego and made an amazing game. This is one of the best just games ever.
I'm cool with S tier. I don't really mess around with Lego games, but I've played them a little and I've always enjoyed them.
But
I've always enjoyed them, but it's just not my bag, baby.
I also think all of them are S tiers.
Dare you?
It's okay. We're not talking about all of them. So
no.
Tucker can put his hobo with a shotgun routine away. Looks like he
hobo with a shotgun.
Oh, look at it. I mean, look at him. He looks like he's gonna stick his brother. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Star Wars Old Republic. I love this game. I truly love this game.
Here's my thing with it. I don't play MMOs. I know more about the storyline of this game than both of you guys do.
I'm sure
even though I do not play MMOs, I can tell you so much about Darth Malgus. I can tell you so much about Satil Shan. Even though I say her name wrong. I can tell you, like, dude, that opening. The trailers are S tier for me. Like the opening trailer with the return when Chaos Cinderach freaking fights Lord Vindican and freaking Mulgus, and Mulgus beats him. I did
No, I'm with you.
I had a whole clan in this game. Like we would go on into the markets. It was amazing. I love this game so much.
I did a video about a short on Darth Malgus' lightsaber, and I accidentally called Lord Vindican Lord Vitiate. I was like, dang it. And I didn't realize until after I filmed it, and I was about to upload it. I was at work. And I didn't send it was the one time I missed when I was doing an upload every single day. It was one of the days I missed one. And I sent it, like, I think it was on our big group chat. And I was like, oh man, like it was our Benverse group chat. I'm like, I called Lord Vindican Lord Vitiate. And so he's like, is that a big deal? I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? I would get slaughtered, and like Star Wars nerds would kill me. Do you even know who Lord Vitiate is? Can I tell you about what he did in Roman Cast?
I can't take it that seriously, man. I love Star Wars, but I can't take it that seriously. I just can't.
Lord Vindican and Lord Vitiate.
Yeah.
Figure it out, Don. Call yourself a Star Wars fan.
God, how could you?
Because I have this.
Yeah,
I'm going with S-Class on this one.
I have
too.
a $10 Kylo Ren lightsaber, and I got a Wookiee. I got a Tarble I bought from a dollar store.
Come on, man.
He's doing the Virgin Mary pose with his hands out.
Oh, hell yeah. So we're all in agreement, right? S tier.
Yeah, I'm cool with S tier.
Oh, yeah. Old Republic S tier.
Yeah. It invented Darth Malgus. I wouldn't even have a YouTube.
Yeah, Darth Malgus.
Malgus's lightsaber.
and
Exar Coons. I think I remember that more than Exar Coon remembers that.
Rogue Squadron B, Pod Racers was fun, but I would say a C.
Like
or
we're
a D.
down to the final two, gentlemen.
I think you just nailed it. I think Rogue Squadron pretty much perfected that old Star Fox thing. I also remember it came out like right before episode 1. Like I remember playing it before like I watched it, like it was around the same time. Like I feel like they were very close. I always thought Rogue One came out before episode 1 did. And then there's an unlockable freaking Naboo fighter in it. And I was like, wait, what? Like, is this from the future?
Remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
really
so cool. Yeah, it was so cool.
No, dude, this game was so much fun, though. It really was.
What did it come out on?
64.
I'll say that version right there is PC.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Rogue Squadron was 64.
I was gonna say it had to be around that time. Yeah, for
So,
sure.
what are we going with this one?
I would say a solid
B or C.
I think a B. Yeah, I think B is solid for it. Now, Pod Racer, I think it's a really fun game, but it doesn't have anything to it. It's just.
But we've been tossing a lot of those in the A tier. Oh, Rogue Squadron belongs in A tier if we're putting like Demolition in A tier.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just saying, Rogue Squadron's a better game than Demolition.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would agree with that. Yeah,
I think they both do their jobs. I could even. I wouldn't
fair,
fight. I wouldn't fight Pod Racer being an A because
I thought you were about to say I would fight Padawan Frito, and I was like, what did I do now?
I know. I was like, what happened?
1998. So this came out December 98, which was 5 months before freaking May of 99 when freaking Phantom Menace came out, and it had a freaking Naboo fighter in it. That's insane. I'm looking at unlockable content, so I'm not lying.
In Squadron?
It did. And one, I'm on it right now. And one Squadron from Phantom Menace, came out. Yeah. That's so awesome. So it came out 5 months before the game. And it had the ship from it. Or 5 months before the movie. That's so cool. All right.
So we're going with Star Wars Pod Racer B, right?
It was fun. So many people like that game. So many people look back on that game fondly as like a dumb racing game.
Yeah, why isn't it all it really is? I think it's a C. For me, it's a B or a C. I really think.
All right, put it in B then. If Tucker's gonna fucking.
No, I'm not fighting. I'm just saying. I think it's.
See, no, I was gonna say because
then we need to rethink all of our A tier.
Maps or something, like 3 maps or something. Like it wasn't even like that big of a game.
Then we need to rethink our whole A tier because half of A tier is just dumb fun crap.
Okay.
Like we have masterpieces, dumb fun crap, masterpieces that had a misstep, things that. Like, that's literally what our tiers are. And then, like failed games or old games, and then Terraskazi. Like, that's our... We have a really weird breakdown. Masterpieces, get drunk and do it.
We're a bunch of weird people.
Yeah, dude, his dog does not want it in the film. I do like that this isn't even live. Like, and we're acting like it is. Like, show must go on. Like, it's like everybody else would edit this out.
No, this is the best part of the show.
Yeah, exactly. This is what people really like.
This is exactly what your fan wants.
Right. That's exactly
How did
what
you
he
know
wants.
what my fan wanted?
When I rewatch this later, you will have one watch.
You guys have always had more subscribers than me by like 10. I've always been right on Ben's heels. And then I was like, oh, Don's taking over the ship. I'm finally going to surpass you guys. And I'm still can't.
Because I got
right on your heels.
Because I keep getting his ass in check.
Yeah, that's it. I stepped away, but I kept growing, not quickly. But I got 4 subscribers today, and I'm like, damn. But by step away, I mean I'm still doing shorts.
Day when anyone subscribes.
Yeah,
appreciate everyone's love and support.
Oh, absolutely.
On a Darth Malik lightsaber vid, I got 4 subscribers for that. Hell yeah! I'm not gonna cry,
guys. I think I'm set with this one. I'm good.
You're okay. You're okay with it. No, I'm kidding. Let me look. Let's take a
that's what I'm saying. Take a good look at it. If anyone wants to make a solid pitch for anything moving,
I think Battlefront Jedi Knight should be an A. The first one we looked at.
Jedi Knight?
Yeah, I think Jedi Knight should get moved up. The first one we looked at where you got Kyle Katarn and Jalen Merrick, or Inquisitor Jarek. Because I'm not going to look at you in the face and tell you that any of the dumb fun ones we have. No, sorry. No, Jedi Knight. The one right in front of it. That one's Jedi Academy.
My bad.
And then I at least think, looking at this, I think that KOTOR 2 belongs in B.
Yeah, I would agree with that one because...
All right. Let's do it before Don notices.
Stop moving my stuff around.
I moved KOTOR 2 up to B.
All right. I
think so just because, like...
It gives me so much.
I couldn't finish that game, so that's why I rated so low. I just couldn't finish it.
I haven't played half of what you guys got in S.
Fair enough. That's fair. No, it's fair.
MMOs and freaking like games with your friends, and I'm like, screw friends.
Because I want just story-driven games.
Yeah, dude.
The lore and knowledge, I need it.
And then if I want to play with my friends, I'm playing A tier. Right, I'm playing freaking Demolition or Rogue Squadron, the old school one. Like those are like to me like the let's hang out and freaking Twisted Metal on a Rancor.
See, but that's what I wanted Squadrons to be.
Yeah.
I wanted.
Oh no, I didn't want that to be that. I wanted it to be
good.
Yeah, just good.
It just ended up being.
What do we got in the middle of C? Oh, that's Django. Yeah. That bounty hunter belongs there. Yeah.
He's like, no. That's stays.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Are you cool with this, Don? If you are not,
honestly, no. I'm fine with everything. I really am. No, I'm cool with it.
You even said before. Do we really think Power Battles deserves to stay up there?
No,
I don't have a problem. I don't know enough about the game though either. No.
It's just like it's the bet. There were so many play through the plot of episode 1 games. There was like 5.
Oh, I know there was
but
a lot of
Power Battles did it the best. Like you could play multiple different Jedi through it. They all had their own weird little quirks. The first time I ever heard of Plo Koon, he had a yellow lightsaber, which is not accurate.
That's true. That is true.
Which is cool. How many more of my lightsaber vids can I plug? Just to the Plo Koon one. Thank you.
Plug them all.
Yeah,
Jason, do you know what Plo Koon's actual lights or what it was once we saw him?
What's Plo Koon's lightsaber color, Frito?
This is literally a 50-50 on this one.
Green.
Nope, blue.
Yeah, damn it.
In the lore in Legends, with its lack of continuity, it's been
You're
orange,
thinking of Kit
yellow,
Fisto.
and green.
You're thinking
that's what I was thinking of.
Kit Fisto is green.
Because I watched his Kit Fisto video on 420.
Yeah. Sup? I was like, what Star Wars 420 should I do? And I was like, should I do something about like spice? And I'm like, no, I do lightsaber vids. I'm like, Kit Fisto looks like he gets high. I'll do one on Kit
For
Fisto.
sure.
Kit Fisto 100% gets high.
Yeah. Sure. He had like a yin yang on his belt.
Him and the Force Ghost of Qui-Gon just sit back and smoke a joint on 420.
He's totally gonna turn to the dark side. Yoda just was blind to it.
Yeah.
Yoda didn't listen to me. I told him.
Oh my god, that was great. So
Yoda's like, there is a Sith in this floor of this office building, but we're blind to it. And Palpatine's like, yeah.
Dude, he was in his office, like sitting across from his desk, and he still couldn't feel him.
Palpatine's like, Master Jedi, I want to use all of you guys as my own personal generals to wage a war.
Yeah.
But none of you are going to see that I am. None of you are going to notice that I'm the Sith Lord.
Dude, that's weird.
But who could it be?
I wonder who's manipulating the entire government.
Like,
you know this,
Taco,
but. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, the reason now or the I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's canon still, but like
the Rec Cannon, the Retconian.
Well, why he was able to mask himself so easily? Because isn't it the Plagueis novel where it's when he's young? Plagueis didn't even know. Oh, it's not. Okay, well then never mind.
No, Plagueis, unless they made a new Plagueis novel, but the old school
Plagueis didn't know that he was force sensitive at first because he literally part of his force powers is he can cloak himself.
He's like
himself. Yeah,
he was like Krillin and DBZ with his power level. Stealth mode. Yeah.
So it's like once he got to that point,
time.
he was so powerful he could literally cloak himself from anybody. It was like, okay.
Yeah.
I love watching the Dragon Ball Z abridged and watching.
Oh yeah, DBZ abridged is the shit, man.
Yo, the Krillin own counter just going up and up and up and up.
I got to meet those guys at a convention, and I've met like actual celebrities, and I was more nervous to meet the DBZ abridged guys than I was to meet. Like I shook Stan Lee's hand, and I was less nervous about meeting Stan Lee.
Wow, I don't know if I could have done that. Yeah, I don't know if I could have done that.
It was like a meet. It wasn't like a meet and greet. Like I stayed in line, I got signed, and I knew I was with another guy. But these guys, I was like talking to, and I was tongue tied. I couldn't say a dang word, and I was like,
Yeah, it's a bit different when you can actually have a conversation with them, and like you're trying to be like, wait, let me not stumble on my words.
I talked to Lou Ferrigno though, and that was awesome. Yeah. Talked to him for a while.
Cool.
Like an hour and a half.
Awesome.
Yeah. I bullshitted with him. Yeah.
You bullshitted with the Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the Hulk.
I ran this is all green room stuff. I ran a room ran a booth at a Comic-Con, so I got to like behind the scenes a little bit, but it was
awesome.
Yeah, that's green room stuff. Let's get out of here. Thanks, guys, for watching. Click like and subscribe to these guys' channel, the Multiverse of Geekdom. Keep it running. Go over to
I don't even have to do anything.
I'm gonna let them do it.
They have their Twitter handles. You got Jedi Master Tuck. You have Padawan Frito. Is that your name on Twitter?
Yes,
right?
it is.
You can find me at Mark Taco Face. And yes, I will acknowledge that Frito is not only his Padawan, but also a knockoff of my name, Taco. Hugh Alliance had that for a long time. Also, I told him I was going to wear this Nirvana shirt, and he copied me, which is full crap, by the way.
This is the best ever. This is the best show ever. I just want you to know that.
So, click like and subscribe and run over my channel and check out Star Wars stuff if you are there. And also, if you're here because I shared this on my channel and I brought you guys over here to watch it, say that in the comments and rub it in their faces.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What a great show.